Get great deals on the latest phones, tablets and business apps with O2 Business. If you love the Huawei P9 and love the Emotion UI inside, then make sure you check out my last video if you want to carry on loving it. I talk about the 5 things that I love about Emotion UI on the P9. If, however, you have a more rounded view of the phone and generally find parts of Emotion UI nothing short of infuriating, then you're in the right place, because this is my follow-up video where I tell you the 5 things that drive me crazy about Emotion UI, not just on the P9, on any Huawei phone, but that are still on the P9, Huawei's newest phone, that haven't been sorted out yet. First up, it is Swipe. This keyboard is, well, it's never been my favorite. I like SwiftKey, I like Google stock keyboard, I like iOS keyboard. Swipe drives me crazy. I come to type a message, this is a test. Oh, but I want an exclamation mark afterwards. My default reaction is to press that button on the left-hand side. So I press that, and then I know that the exclamation mark's here, and I press, oh, but do you see? This is a B? This is not a B. This is a pain in my backside. That's what it is. That button in Swipe selects the last word, and it just generally drives me mad. So every time I get a Huawei device, one of the first things I do is I swap out the keyboard, usually really nice and simply because it is pre-installed, to the Google keyboard, and life is instantly that little bit better. You will also see the notifications tray isn't stock, and there is a benefit to having these 2 screens. You have them very nicely separated, but also you don't have to reach the top of the screen. You can just swipe left and right at the bottom of the screen. So for small hands, they might benefit from this, but you infuriate me, Huawei, with this. Why? When I have a notification and I want to access my shortcuts, I swipe through and I swipe my notifications out of the way. Sometimes I come to swipe my notifications out of the way and I access my shortcuts. It's just constant backing and forthing in day-to-day use that gives me the irk, if that's the correct turn of phrase. Anyway, onwards and upwards. You can see I've got Arrow Launcher on here. Arrow Launcher is cool. Launchers are cool. They're one of the cool things about Android. But if you have Arrow Launcher or any launcher on your Huawei device, it's going to be a pain in the tail end to actually get it on there. Why? Okay, so I've installed Arrow Launcher. What normally happens when you install a launcher is you press home and you have the option to open one of the 2 launchers, the default one or the one you just installed. Oh no, not with Emotion UI. I can even tap through on it and I can get started, and I can see as soon as I press home, it doesn't give me the option to make it a default. It just takes me back home. To get a custom launcher on the Huawei P9 and Huawei Emotion UI devices, I have to jump into my settings, click applications, click advanced, click default app settings. By this point, a lot of people who don't know what they're doing might have lost the will to live and therefore be resigned to a life of Emotion UI forever. Once I've done that, I can click on launcher and swap out between Huawei Home and Arrow Launcher. But that in itself is more of a faff than Android makes it, and feels like Huawei is strong-arming you a little bit to use Emotion UI. Next up, camera orientation. I open up my camera. You see this Pro mode right there? That's one of my favorite things about the new Huawei P9. I just swipe up and I can access all my manual settings. One thing that's annoying is if I was to view it in landscape, which is the aspect ratio or the orientation of most cameras, it won't orient those that way. Now, one good thing, the modes will orient that way, but the settings won't. So I've got these really annoying kind of portrait settings with my landscape camera UI, and frankly, I'm just confused. Right, finally, battery consumption reminders. If you've had any Emotion UI phone before, then you will know that battery consumption reminders go absolutely crazy. They say this app is using loads of power, this app is using loads of, and they just infuriate you. It is better on the P9, so well done Huawei for listening, but those annoying reminders are indeed still there. Hopefully that's been a good roundup of all the things that I don't like, all the key things I don't like about Emotion UI. What's your Emotion UI bugbear? Or do you like anything that I don't like? Or is there anything that you really like that you just can't be bothered to go to my What I Like video and comment on that one? Let us know in the comments section below, and thanks again for all the comments. They were the reason we recorded these videos in the first place. Get great deals on the latest phones, tablets and business apps with O2 Business.